hear.
The thing is, like, we are the very first case in Central Asia that had no revenue absolutely. They had no commercial traction, but our valuation grew four times each year.
Wow.
And we keep raising money, like we never ran out of money since we started.
Really?
But when we started, I had only 300K for that specifically. Yeah.
And that was that's all you could start with.
After uni, I studied in UK. After uni, I started working at business consulting at Deloitte, and then I offered a job at agricultural and industrial group. I was promoted to CFO of that company. I was young, making a lot of money, having fun.
Yeah.
But then I got burnout. I don't know why.
Wow.
Because I hated my job. I hated going there every day. And I know it was just kind of proper burnout. And then I quit my job, went to my hometown, and my cousin brother, he was opening pizza cafe, and I helped him to open this pizza cafe, and I even delivered pizza myself.
Wow.
Yeah, I love
After you were CFO,
Yeah.
back to delivering. Welcome, Dos.
Thank you.
We're very happy to welcome you to our beautiful UC Berkeley campus. Finally to see you in person.
It's amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, we think so as well. We'll get straight into it, and I guess just to introduce really quick is CerebraAI, your startup.
Right.
You're the co-founder. It's an amazing initiative, a health tech startup focused specifically on stroke detection, helping with non-contrast CT scans. And so we're just curious to learn more about that. Why is that field did you go into? How is it? And kind of where's the ambition with it, and how has it been so far?
Right. So the main reason why, probably it's of course personal, right? In my case, it's also personal. My father, he died because of stroke, and that's why it was the initial thing which put me into this business, specifically focusing on stroke. But as for AI, I don't know, it's just happened. I was lucky. There was this team in Academy of Sciences in Kazakhstan that they've finished their grant funding, and they closed this project. And I knew that there is amazing team, proper mathematicians, and I went to them. I spoke to them. I'm guys, come on, let's join me. I'm gonna create AI lab, and I just sold my first medtech startup, and I had this money, and I had software engineers, but I didn't have a team of mathematicians and data science people. So I took over the whole team of these data science people, and we created AI lab. So it was like that, and then we started iterating. And after certain iterations, we came up with the idea of detecting acute ischemic stroke based on non-con CT. And since then, we've been focusing just purely on that.
Kind of zeroing in on that non-contrast.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. You mentioned a couple of stuff there I'd like to talk about. So you're a serial founder at this point.
Kind of, yeah.
I'm curious about your first startup, kind of, because we know from a lot of founders, being a founder is not easy.
Yeah.
It's one of the hardest things in the world. And you've done it before, and you were successful. But kind of how did you get in that world of being a founder and then want to do it again and again?
Right. So being a founder is probably the worst job, but I mean you gotta love it. You just love it. You love the adrenaline, you love the lifestyle, you love what you do because it's purposeful. How I initially decided to went to business and do something on my own. After uni, I studied in UK. After uni, I started working at business consulting at Deloitte, and then I offered a job at agricultural and industrial group. I was promoted to CFO of that company. I was young, making a lot of money, having fun.
Yeah.
But then I got burnout. I don't know why.
Wow.
Because I hated my job. I hated going there every day. And I know it was just kind of proper burnout. And then I quit my job, went to my hometown, and my cousin brother, he was opening pizza cafe, and I helped him to open this pizza cafe, and I even delivered pizza myself.
Wow.
Yeah, I love
After you were CFO,
yeah.
back to delivering
Yeah,
pizza.
I loved it. I love it.
Wow.
I loved every piece of opening small business, even choosing title, creating a social media, setting up sales funnels, proper digital marketing efforts. So I loved it. Then we kind of like started with my friends. We started like doing consulting business. We created small like consulting service for private wealthy individuals. We opened for them specific small businesses, like from scratch to like ready to use business.
Amazing.
And yeah, we did that, and we started making money. And at that moment, I decided I want to invest into like creating my own tech team. And I hired one software engineer, then another one, and we started testing.
What was the goal with making your own tech team? Were you planning to expand that consulting business? Or
No. I just love it.
You just love tech.
I mean, like I'm like from my childhood, I was always tech nerd, and it was natural. Yeah.
Wow. So you wanted to develop a tech team.
Yeah.
And then that's how your I would guess second startup then started.
No. That's how I like kind of created my probably second startup something, and we raised proper money from like venture investor, and we started doing fintech startup. Yeah, we moved to Ireland.
Wow.
We concluded agreement with Thomson Reuters. We purchased a lot of data, and we started doing we created 250 data robots.
Wow.
Data robots analyzing New York Stock Exchange. Different aspects of like public companies.
Yeah, definitely.
And we provided these data robots as a service to like private wealthy individuals and to individual investors.
Wow.
Yeah, but it was totally like awful startup. Yeah, I made all the mistakes possible. I spent too much time on product creation. I loved the product, which was stupid. Like I needed to do iterations. I never did it properly. I spent too much money and time for product. Never like really properly established the process of getting the feedback from customers early on.
Yeah.
So I spent a lot of money on consulting, on lawyers and everything. So it, like on marketing. So it was totally stupid of me. And so like according to playbook, I made all the mistakes.
You made all the mistakes.
And of course I failed. Yeah, I failed. We couldn't raise another round because our metrics was bad, and I didn't establish proper relationship with several investors. So our the only investor, he decided he don't want to invest further. Yeah, and we stopped the project. Went back to my country, to Kazakhstan, and but the thing is, I had the proper team of like 25 software engineers, designers, products, marketing people, so like proper team, and I didn't want to like lose them.
Right.
Yeah, and what we did, we started doing software as service, providing software development service to government entities.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was good. Like it was proper like business because we started making money, and now it's like even the company, I own like 11% of that company. It's still the like
going.
Yeah, it's still going. It's going well. Actually, company is growing. They are now creating a branch in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's
my
like
hometown.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and the thing is, when I like was part of that company, actually, one of the our possible customers, they asked us to develop medtech device for automated medical checkup for bus drivers. Because in Kazakhstan, municipal bus drivers, they have to go through daily medical checkup procedure.
Really?
Yeah, daily. Okay. And the thing is, procedure takes like 5.5 minutes to go through. And if you have like 5,000 drivers, it's a lot of money. Yeah,
definitely.
And we created like medical device solution, like which cuts down this timing by 1.5 minutes. So it's like hugely, and savings is huge. And for that specific project, we we had a couple of co-founders, and we created this like MVP, and we went with MVP to the market. And the first like pre-order came from like one huge industrial group. They ordered 200 this like medical devices.
How did that feel?
Yeah, it was 2.5 million.
Whoa.
Yeah, in the contractual value. And my co-founders, I asked them like, guys, could you buy me out, because there was investor coming to this, and I wanted to exit. Yeah.
At that point, what was your reason? Why did you feel like you want to exit?
I wanted to do something with the AI. Yeah,
Specifically, you started shifting kind of the interest.
Yeah. I wanted to do something with the AI. It was 2019, 2018, 2019. Yeah, ending. Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, so I sold my shares in that company, and then I took over this mathematicians team and created AI Lab. And AI Lab is now Cerebra.
Is now Cerebra.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
an amazing segue to Cerebra. So kind of walk me through, well, first of all, that's an amazing story, right? From going to selling pizzas to
It's crazy.
exiting that company, buying your own self
Yeah.
out. And really the thing that I've been noticing is how you're betting on yourself in a lot of these things, right? You were in a cushiony job, young, making a lot of money as a CFO, and you decide, I just don't like this. I don't want to do this anymore. And so you bet on yourself time and time again. So it's amazing to hear, but I'm also now curious about this AI lab that now is Cerebra.
Yeah.
Kind of what was the vision when you started the AI lab, and how did Cerebra come about? How was like the idea from there, and then convincing, because the team is spectacular. We've read about them. We know they're an amazing team, winning top competitions worldwide, and now you guys grew as well.
Right.
So yeah, just walk me through kind of how all of that started and where you are now.
Yeah. So back when we started, I was also like kind of naive, because I thought that we could create a bunch of AI solutions for health tech within these 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah. And we concluded agreement with medical institution focusing on neurology. Another project was for ophthalmology, for eye disease. And the third one was for pulmonology, for lung diseases. Yeah, and we had this access to medical data. We had access for domain specialists. We had team, and I thought, like, I have money, I have everything. I want to develop like...
You're on top of the world.
Yeah. I want to develop like 5-6 AI solutions within the 6 months. I want to go like for certification, and I'm gonna be commercializing these solutions within the 12 months.
Wow, very ambitious.
Yeah, it was ambitious, but it was stupid. I mean, like we did nothing. Within the first year, we created like a couple of solutions, and we went to like hospitals to receive feedback, and feedback was awful. Like we created solution for detecting stroke, but what type of stroke? We like created solution for detecting chronic stroke. So there is no clinical value in it. Wow. Absolutely zero. I mean, we spent 1 year developing zero value product. Yeah, it was stupid. And we decided that our approach wasn't right, because we had domain expertise outsourced to these hospitals. And then we decided we need physician within the team in-house. And we hired like one of the best neuroradiologists in my country. It took a lot of time to convince her. When she joined, we started iterating and creating like the second version of the product, and it was great.
Wow, yeah, I can see how that's kind of I learned from that mistake. Yeah. You decided we haven't talked to enough customers. Right. Let's hire a customer.
Right.
That's an amazing approach.
You cannot outsource domain expertise. It's impossible. It isn't working.
It just doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Wow. So you hired her, and then you started actually iterating a useful product.
Right. And we created the second solution, and we deployed it as a pilot into one hospital. And after a certain period of time, the word of mouth, we received a letter from another hospital. They asked us to run a pilot there.
They asked us. Yeah, that's interesting.
And then we started getting a lot of letters like that.
Wow.
Yeah, around 20 letters, and we started deploying pilots after pilots. Yeah.
Wow. So those pilots were being deployed still in Kazakhstan, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, you guys moved globally after that. You moved to you started going all around Asia, and now you're in the US. So what happened from there? Kind of. So running those pilots, I guess, gave you a lot of data to work with.
Yeah.
You knew what worked, what didn't, what you could improve. So where'd you go from there?
Data is huge. I mean, we have access to around 40,000 patients, real-time patients, from 56 hospitals, from different CT machines, different CT brands, enormous data.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a huge lake. As of now, we have 130,000 patients analyzed by Cerebra.
Wow.
Yeah. in some hospitals, in fact, we help them to increase like stroke treatment rate by 40%. 40.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a huge number.
It's huge. Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, maybe because of baseline was kind of low. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but still, it's the impact that you were set out to do at the end, right?
Impact amazing.
Yeah, and that's kind of the goal, because you were mentioning you have a personal relationship to this problem. It's
Right.
not just a thing you're trying to solve. So
Yeah.
seeing those numbers probably felt
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, you're right. The personal thing, it makes a lot of like value, because like you become resilient. Yeah, to a lot of awful stuff which happens within startup, like each day. I mean, every day it's like problem solving. Task,
you're a problem
function,
solving
yeah.
machine, right?
Yeah.
And that's just kind of the life that you have to live with. And so yeah, it's amazing. I mean, to see the drive also from coming out of a failure and then just being like, no, we're gonna do it again, and then it doesn't work out. We're gonna keep doing it until you crank it out. And now you're in America, Palo Alto, fully dedicated to this full time. So it's amazing to hear.
And the thing is, like, we are the very first case in Central Asia that had no revenue absolutely. They had no commercial traction, but our valuation grew 4 times each year.
Wow.
And we keep raising money, like we never ran out of money since we started.
Really?
But when we started, like I had only like 300K for that specifically. Yeah.
And that was that's all you could start with. And now 4 times growth since then. It's amazing.
Yeah. I mean, each year 4 times.
4 times growth each year since then.
In terms of valuation.
In terms of valuation. No, this is really cool. And so, yeah, it's an amazing success story, honestly, and where you guys are coming. But I'm curious also on what's the vision from today. So you've achieved a lot of your goals and the things and the KPIs. And so where are you today with Cerebra, and what's the vision?
Right. So we decided that US is going to be our the only major market we're going to operate. And the biggest concern of mine was when I last year came here in US, I thought that our technology may be outdated. The solution we created, it is still focusing on non-contrast CT. And I thought in America, in US, everybody has MRI. Everybody has like contrast CT, and everything is like properly done. I thought in developing world, access to MRI might be an issue. Right. Here, there is should be no issue.
Right. This is the most medically advanced country, so we expected a lot.
But the thing is, what we learned even like within the first months in US, situation is similar, 100%.
Wow.
Like 94% of hospitals in the United States, they have 24/7 access to non-contrast CT only. Only.
Wow.
And the hospitals capable of doing thrombectomy, which is the stroke treatment, like advanced stroke treatment, only 5% of them.
So 5%.
Yeah.
So it's not just 5. It's 5% of the people that end up making it to the hospital can get.
No. I mean like only 5% of hospitals out of all hospitals have
5% of hospitals.
Yeah, have capabilities to treat stroke in advanced way. The rest have only capabilities to treat stroke using medication, the drug. Yeah. So, and we learned that that specific segment of market is our main goal, because our solution enhances non-contrast CT, and our mission to make non-contrast CT as effective as MRI.
As effective as MRI.
That's this is our ultimate mission. Yeah.
Wow. And so it's kind of a very surprising problem to run across, but a big problem at that.
It's huge. Yeah, we are lucky. We're just lucky because we never could been like designing it in advance.
The way that it is, you came and you just found a really huge problem, and that you guys have been building the solution for before everybody even thought about it here.
And we've been building that because of our reality. In Central Asia, we don't have we have some maybe 20% of hospitals that have all this stuff, but 80% of hospitals that have only non-contrast CT. So we developed solution for them.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so it's a tailored solution, which I guess that's kind of the reason behind the success, is because this is a tailored solution. You can truly solve the problem with it, and hopefully iterate it in such a way that it becomes non-contrast CT becomes as effective as MRI.
But it was luck. I mean, it wasn't intentional.
You couldn't have designed it better, as you were saying.
Yeah.
It's just the reality of the situation. It's the reality of the world that, and there's a lot of questions on that right now, because there's a lot of talks of, especially COVID proved that, what's going on with our medical system in America and globally. With this it seems like it's the thing that has been lagging. Military is doing well, and everything else is doing well, but then the medical system is kind of incorporation of new technology is not as great as the other industries.
Kind of, but still US is like more advanced situation than comparing to other countries.
Which makes you, I think, hopeful.
Yeah,
the US. It makes you think
optimistic
about the US market in general.
Right.
Yeah, and I definitely agree with that. I mean, here's the biggest support for innovation and for technology. So it's amazing that you guys made the move and took it one step further. You said, we're all coming here. The whole team is here now. So this is amazing. Well, I'm actually also curious to ask you about kind of AI adoption in the field of medicine and kind of your thoughts about it. What do you think? Where do you think it's going? Why are you optimistic about it? And
right. So I'm like 100% believer that within the next like 5-7 years we're gonna have cloud-based AI like in diagnostics, which like diagnose disease like as effective and as accurate as the most advanced expert in that field. And we're gonna have it on the cloud.
Wow.
And that AI probably, in my opinion, it's gonna be created as a library of small AI solutions focusing on their specific target.
So a lot more of those tailored solutions to the problems that the medical
combined
world
into one proper AI. Yeah, so FDA is still gonna be like the power, right? The gate. And all these small AI solutions, they need to go like through the gate. And at certain like point in time in future, I think like big tech maybe take their leap and they're gonna start gathering all the AI solutions into one single one-stop like cloud. Yeah, it's gonna it's happening already because we have this cloud infrastructure globally. We have NVIDIA, right? Yeah.
Jensen Huang.
Yeah. We have more data accessible. We have a lot of for even AI in medical imaging. I heard the statistic that $5 billion already invested in AI in medical imaging.
Wow.
Yeah, $5 billion. So it's not big, but it's proper.
But it's in medical imaging only.
Just medical imaging.
So that's why that makes it a substantial number to be invested in.
Yeah.
Well, and now that we're looking that VC is going up this year, and there's people are feeling more and more optimistic about it, then you can only predict that this number to increase really with other.
Of course. And the thing is, like this global cloud-based AI, it will be really accessible. You just need to have internet, right?
It solves the accessibility issue, which is again one of the biggest issues.
Of course. And around like 40% of the patient's value is lost in diagnostics.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's gonna be huge.
It's gonna be huge. And so that's the reason behind your optimism and wanting to continue in that field.
Yeah, we are part of the really properly growing market.
Oh, that's awesome. And I'm actually now curious also to learn about kind of general, I guess, as someone who has been through the trials and tribulations of being a founder, a successful founder, a founder that failed a couple of times but learned from the lessons, kind of what is the main message that you want to send to entrepreneurs currently trying to build or thinking about building, students also, if you want to address them? Right. What is the thing that you can share with them?
Right. So the first one is motivation, because if you just motivated by money, you should not go to do startup, because your probability, just even mathematically, the probability of making money and creating successful startup is like less than 1%.
Yeah.
So it's like
that's your motivation. Do something else.
Yeah, do something else. Do like anything, but not startups. This is one thing. Another thing is you should have like proper team. Yeah.
Invest in the team.
Yeah. Team, it's like, it's all.
It's everything.
Yeah, it's everything. You can do like nothing by yourself.
Wow.
Only team. Third thing is probably you should start creating proper relationship with several investors, because the investor relationship, it will make a lot of create a lot of value along your whole way. This is another thing. And what else? Just brace yourself, be prepared to a lot of awful stuff.
Be prepared for the hard times.
But if it's yours, you're gonna love it.
If it's something that it's your thing, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, when you wake up in the morning and you work on it, you're not doing it for.
I hate the weekends.
You hate weekends.
Yeah, I love Mondays.
Wow. So you were able to flip the story on its head.
When I was at corporate job, I hated Mondays, right?
Yeah, and it's something I think Peter Thiel was talking about when he was saying when he worked at the law firm, and one day he worked there for only 7 months and then he quit. And he was saying everyone around me was miserable, but there was this invisible gate of just leave, right? It's still a big risk, but he said, I just couldn't do it. You have to leave.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But yeah, that's amazing, because obviously we know a lot of people that are ambitious and they want to do things, they want to make a real impact. And so this is amazing advice for them. And you mentioned something about investors and investor relations. You moved here right now to the US, so it wasn't easy, obviously, to build that coming from, from Asia. So then tell me how you were able to build that, and what is also advice for people that want to build those relations.
Right. So if you want to go after big market, somebody needs to open you a door. Yeah. In our case, we are lucky. Firstly, we went to Stanford, and Stanford StartX acceleration program, they accepted us. And the second luck is UC Berkeley, right? So the top major schools in California, they backing us. So it's huge. Yeah.
So that was kind of the main the main propeller.
Absolutely, it's impossible. In our case, in my personal case, I'm not physician. I'm not proper neuroscientist. I'm an entrepreneur, right?
Yeah.
I never really looked after specifically for US healthcare system. So I knew nothing. And when I came here last year in May, I knew nothing about US healthcare market, FDA, regulatory reimbursement. Nothing.
There's so much hoops to go over in this market specifically.
And thanks to StartX and thanks to UC Berkeley Health Engine, we got all the stuff settled. All the puzzles are open.
Wow, that's awesome. And we're more than proud to be part of that journey, obviously.
Thank you, guys.
Of course.
Yeah, totally.
It's our pleasure. No, thank you. Thank you really for having this initiative and bringing it out in the world, and hopefully making stroke detection as accessible as MRI and as effective, if not better. Dos, we thank you so much for being with us today and making the time.
Thank you.
And we're excited to see you present at Demo Day soon. And
looking forward to it.
We look forward to it as well, and to an amazing journey.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.